Your business is already running on an operating system. You just can't see it because it's running on your memory. If you despair tomorrow, it stops. Today, I'm showing you what an AI operating system actually is and how it's different from Hermes Agent and how this all work. So I learned this concept from Hans. So I appreciate him. So here is a framework to understand AI operating system. It is just this folders and files plus a bit of structure around how you work with an AI agent inside them. That's the whole idea. No new software to buy, no new dashboard to learn. The framework under it is FFPP, folder, files, process, and permissions. So first we have the folders. So we need a one root folder for your business, and we have some subfolder for each department. Like you can have a folder for marketing, onboarding, support, right? Whatever department you actually run. And then we have some files inside those folders. Every folder get an instructions files is Claude.md. If you are using Claude Code, or you can use the same with the Codex or any other AI agent. Plus we have some skills files. So once you've proven your process, how everything works, you can convert into a reusable instruction that is we call skills as a file. And also we have .env file for storing our credentials. Okay. And third, we have the process. You break down what you do into small named step, some manual, some semi-automated, and some fully automated the process. You can't automate what you have not broken down, right? So you just need to write down all the steps that you are using from start to finish. So let's say you have the deal come in and then you need to close the deal, right? So there are some manual processes and also some semi-automated process, and some process is automated, right? So you need to clearly define which process are taken from step 1 to step 10, and also which are automated or which are you need to do it manually. And lastly, we have the permissions. So we have credentials, API keys, login scope to exactly the folder that need them. This is the one of the most important step people skip and then wonder why the agent can't do anything. Because if you don't set a proper permission or not providing the proper credentials, no works get done, right? So we have these folders, files, process, and the permissions, right? So we have all our AI operating system around these four things. And what actually running inside these folders? So inside these folders, the reason this work at all is because what's called a CLI agents, Claude Code, Codex, anti-gravity, tools like that, CLI agents. It means command line interface. They run in your terminal and have real access to your files. They can read, write, edit things on your computer directly. So this is an important part, right? Because all the file that you store on your folder in your local machine, it have access to it, so they can read, write, and edit those things. That's it. There's no new platform. You can simply open the folder. The agent read whatever instruction and credentials are sitting inside it, and it work on whatever inside that folder. Nothing more, nothing less, right? So let me show you how this all map. So here I set up one for my own business. So my domain name is vedbhanu.com. So this is the whole business. Every department folder under it, it works from the same shared context, right? So I have one folder for onboarding where I have new client intake. Like every department's it's carry its own cloud.md file. So these are the instructions how I onboard the members in the community. Then we have .env file. This is the credentials for the folders only, and it includes the API keys, logins, and where whatever the specific department need access to, and nothing more, right? And lastly, we have the skills. So skills are just reusable tasks that you proven out by hand at least one, right? And Once you do the whole work, you can convert the whole process into a skill, and also the skills light in the same folder for the same department, right? Same with support department, and also we have progress tracking department, so we can know or track the student engagement and their process, right? So you need to just structure in this way, like you have main company folder and it on its own claude.md file and that env file. Then we have some onboarding, or like we have different departments here, so we can create different departments for as a folder for each, and each have their own instructions, credential and skills, right? So we can directly work on the root folder, or we can work on the subfolder as well. So if you are just working on the onboarding, you can just open the onboarding subfolder and it have all the necessary informations that AI agent need to work with, right? So you just need to write or create your folder structure in this particular way. And in the upcoming video of this series, I will explain you about how this all work and how we can actually create it and how actually we can work inside it. Okay. So right now just showing you how this all work, and how is this different from your Hermes agent. So I see a lot of question people asking about it, since we have our AI operating system and people compare with Hermes agent. So let me break it down what this is mean. So Hermes is a product. It's software you deploy on your BPS, on Docker or whatever, right? With its own memory database and its own skill engine baked in. What I'm showing you is not a product at all. It's a pattern, folders and files. No hosting, nothing to deploy, no vendor to depend on, right? Everything run locally on your own laptop or on your own device, right? And where the memory lies. So Hermes memory lies inside its own engine, a full text search database with AI summarization on top. You just can't open it in a text editor. Every part of an AIOS system is a plain markdown files. You can read it, edit by hand, and put in the Git and the whole folder to someone else, right? So this is where we have advantage of it, and how the skills get made inside the Hermes and our AI OS system. So Hermes writes its own skills autonomously as it learns, which is powerful, but it also a bit of black box. You can't always you don't always know what is this decided to keep. In our AIOS system, you earn every skill. You do the task one by your hand with the agent watching, and only the does it become a reusable skill, more predictable and easier to hand off. And later on, you can edit your skill as well. And now we have up talk about permissions. So Hermes is an one continuous agent and its memory. And AIOS is deliberately split by department, separate credentials, separate instructions, separate skills per folder. So onboarding never has access to support staff. So we can have the set the different permission on the different department level. And let's talk about the infrastructure and cost. So Hermes need a server running around the clock. You can deploy on Hostinger, Docker, or any platform, or you can now use directly Hermes on your desktop as well. But it costs you $20 a month if you are using on the Hermes on your desktop. And AIOS system needs nothing beyond the Claude Code subscription you probably already have, right? You just need to open your Claude Code. Let me open it. You need to come here. You just need to select your folder. So let me select any folder here. Just allow the permissions, and all the context, all the file that is stored inside this folder have access by this cloud cowork, and we can directly communicate with them. So we don't need anything else. We don't need any hosting to manage or any build any infrastructure for it. Okay. And where Hermes win. So this is important. Hermes ships with a Telegram bot, a WhatsApp bot, Discord, out of the box, always on and reachable by your text, right? And AIOS doesn't have that natively yet. That's a future video, right? Wiring it up through something like N10 or Make. So this is all about the AI operating system. If you want one autonomous personal assistant living on a server, Hermes is a great choice. But if you are build transparent, enable infrastructure for an actual business, something a client can see inside of, not a subscription to someone else's platform. That exactly what is AIOS system is for you. So this is the concept that we cover all about the AI operating system. In the next video, I will take the exact same framework and map it into a coaching or consulting business, especially around onboarding, support, and student progress tracking, content creation. So we cover everything about how we can apply this AI operating system to coach or consultant businesses, so we can run everything from our local device using this AI operating system. If you want to see this built out for your own business specifically, drop a comment with what you do and I will do probably reference in the future video. So see you in the next video, and in the next video let's build the whole system for a coaching and consultant client. Hope this video helps you. If you have any question, let me know in the comments. Thanks.